Welcome inside the Q-Plex for the second leg of the weekend swing for the Kraken, this time against the Western Flames as they welcome them inside the Q-Plex. My name is Dayton Camo. I'll welcome you inside the Q-Plex as well. The second game of the morning here on High Button Sports, all the way from the Harbor City. We're just about set for puck drop, and we're underway as the Flames push this one ahead off the draw. It's picked up back at the point. Now for Ella Cosman. This one gets to center, and it's knocked ahead by Folks. Now LeBlanc, she'll pick it up on the far side, look for an option and go up through center, intended for Noseworthy. Now this one gets brought into the Kraken and down low. Boutelier trying to reach for that one. And it's taken up by Little. Lauren Little through center. She tries to get past Daigle at the point. Now it's worked up back through center for Somerville. She'll backhand this one deep. Pass from Dooland is worked cross ice. It caught the stick of someone and went out of reach. Now it's worked back up the wall into traffic and played back ahead by Cook. Cook will send a shot on, turned aside by Chesson. Chesson back in the net after being forced to leave yesterday due to some equipment malfunctions. Her little neck guard, plastic neck guard on the goalie helmet was dislodged yesterday. Ricketson gives chase. And now back, regrouping, are the Flames behind their own net. Pass up the wall to Smith, and she'll go cross ice. Cook dumps it in, and on the forecheck is Mallory Johnstone. Trying to get one out front, but Mills was able to, or Bex, excuse me, was able to clear the pressure. Now on the far side, picked up by Bex. The captain will swing this one forward. The Kraken have numbers going ahead, but it's taken on the far side, and now up the near side wall. Polchis will play one to center. Dumped in by Summers, and Chesson plays it to the corner. Polchis picks it back up, works it in front, and that one's turned aside off the pad of Maika Chesson. Now Polchis works down. That one's gloved aside, just to the side of the net. Bex, she'll come in and play this one up the wall. Now Doolan coming in, McKinley Doolan. That one just got bobbled in front of the net. She was streaking in. Now in front, Doolan gives a bump, but the Kraken trying to turn it the other way. Working it up was Wilcox to Bex. She'll stop up, look for an option, throw it cross ice. This one picked up by Feltmate and moved forward. Now back up the wall. Bex was looking to change, and that one almost went into the Kraken bench. This one's down the ice. Picked up in front, and Smith will put the rebound, and that one goes off the pad of Chasson. It's back to the point. Now the shot goes in from the point. It's blocked in front. Another one will be blocked as well, that time by Little. Now Gilliland will get to the point. Little picks up the loose puck. She's pressured by Mallory Johnstone down low. Puck gets to Duguay. And it will escape the zone as Cook goes back cross ice for Kimball. Now up the wall, Little. She gets knocked out the puck by Polchis, and a penalty coming. So Claire Polchis to the box. She'll sit for 2 or less, and the Kraken will head off to their first power play of the game. They had a plethora of chances yesterday against the Moncton Rocket. Just unable to capitalize. Now we'll see if they can get something done as Cosman goes to Boutelier. Back across, down low on the half wall. LeBlanc sets up and goes down low. This one's wrapped all the way around for Boutelier, and she just can't keep that one in. Lawrence is working in down low. She strips a couple of Kraken with the puck, and Folks will come in as well. This one was lifted down the ice by Audrey Dagle. And now sent up the half wall. Picked up by Cook. Working it in, tried to make a move there, and a penalty coming now. Interference. We'll see who picks it up. It's going to be Lauren Little. So just under 13 and a half to go. Lauren Little now to the box, and we've got some 4-on-4 hockey for 1 minute and 8. Duguay works it up. Her shot off a shin pad, and that one's worked into the corner. Picked up by Gauvin. She bobbles that one and has to re-corral that one in the corner. Feltmate goes up the wall. It's knocked into the bench off the glove of Duguay, who is reaching for it. And we'll get a face-off right back inside the Flame zone. Rylan Arbo in net tonight for the Western Flames. Face-off is won back by the Kraken. But Boutlier's shot blocked, and now team's back to even strength as Bex will try to send this one back in. She's held up at the line, and it'll go back to her on the far side. Bex will throw it in. McKinley Doolin picks it up on the near side. She goes across to Lawrence. Cross ice pass intended for Audrey Dagle was out of her reach, and now the Kraken will ice this puck. As I did say, teams were back to even strength. That's my mistake. The Kraken are now actually shorthanded. Lauren Little still in the box for 16 seconds. Working it up the ice is Feltmate. The referee says no whistle. That one's sent on. And Chesson will hold on for the whistle. As Folks worked it free and sent one to the net. Must be some new jerseys for the Western Flames. No name bars yet. Didn't see them wearing these orange ones last weekend at the Hector. Maybe the Christmas season has been very well to a couple of teams. The Greenfoot Capitals also got some new jerseys the other day. As this one works back to the point, Duguay. That shot was blocked. It went off of Arbo or something in front. And now this one's held up at the line. Smith and Johnstone in there for the Flames trying to break it free. And this one's back down into the Kraken zone. Garnett takes a long stretch pass. And now this one will go the length of the ice for the icing as Cosman gets back to touch up. We'll get a face-off back down in the Flame zone to the left of Rylan Arbo. This one's worked up the wall by Lawrence. Dagla. She's working in off the point. She'll retreat back as Lawrence drops off the cover, and now this one's sent back into the Flame zone. Dagla will go back to retreat and recover. Doolin now misses that pass up the wall, and this one's into the Kraken zone. LeBlanc coming back to reset up to Somerville. She goes cross ice. Wilcox had that rip off her stick as Galilin walks in. Her shot goes off the pad. Polchi's now on the near side. She backhands one to the point. Duguay will send a shot through. And this one goes into the corner. Dickey goes in front. Little was there, but it whacked off her stick. And now back around the near side. It's a pass up, but Duguay there to corral it as she also sends a little friendly fire into Ella Boulier. Catherine Dickey plays it back to Boulier. She falls, but gets the pass over to Duguay as Duguay turns on the Jets and goes ahead into the Flame zone. Cosman goes back down low. Now Cosman gets the puck again. Her shot goes wide of the net. Hits the dasher board, and she'll head back to the point. Bex will give pressure down low. This one gets back to Marshall at the point. Skips past her. Cosman works it in. She tries to drop it for Bex. And now work back down for Bella Marshall. She'll send a long pass up to center ice. It's put back and sent quickly up the ice for Smith. Now Cook. She gathers it up, sends one in front. That one gets past everybody, and Garnett will have a chance wide. Peyton Garnett still with possession. Driving down low, a little bit of help from Somerville. Now this one's worked around to Smith and held up at the line by Boulier. She's able to pinch it off. They've got numbers. Boulier walking in. The shot is blocked. The rebound sits there. Dickey whacks at it, and a couple sticks were jamming away. And this one gets back to Cook on the wrong side of the red line. Sends it in, but the referee says no icing as she's met there by a bump from Boulier. Now Duguay goes up the wall. Little battling down there with McKinley Doolin. Pass across, almost right into the wheelhouse for Kenny Eason. And that one's taken away as Duguay goes back up the wall. Daigle goes cross ice to her partner. And Boursier will send one down the ice. That one has legs, and that will go the length for an icing call. 5:47 to go here in the opening frame, and we'll get a face-off back down to the right of Rylan Arbo. Now worked up the wall. Doolin works in, and that one's offside. So 5:32 remain. An offside call charged to the Flames, so we'll get a face-off right outside the Kraken zone. The face-off is one back, and Boulier goes up the near side. Now working this one. Up ahead is Summers, but she's stripped. Noseworthy sends one ahead. LeBlanc now. Down to Dickey, and she'll work it free back to Haley LeBlanc. That was Bella Marshall, excuse me, working back from the point. But now the Flames have a 2-on-1. Cook tries to fire one off the pad for a rebound, and that's taken away. Back up the ice goes Catherine Dickey. She'll work in. Her shot is off the pad of Arbo, back behind the net to Somerville. She's pinned off behind the net. In to help comes Dickey. Dickey on the wall, drops it back for Somerville, but that one's put around the net by Kimball. Pass up for Johnstone through center. She tries to feed one ahead for Smith. Now Smith works in behind the net. It's picked up, sent to the front of the net. Lawrence has a point-blank opportunity, and it's turned aside by Maika Chesson. Once again, she's standing tall to the task, just like she did yesterday, up until about the midway part of the third period when her mask had some malfunctions, but Chesson, whenever called upon, was near perfect. Face-off worked back around the net. Kraken possession as Duguay sends it around the wall. This one's worked back in by Doolin. Eason down there as well, giving chase with Lawrence. And now around the near side. Duguay pokes at it, trying to get it ahead to Bex. And now a shot from the point. Off the paddle of Chasson, worked up the wall. Bex is there. It goes through her legs and down to Boursier. Boursier up ahead to Summers. As a couple of fresh Kraken legs will jump over the boards, and that one's worked offside at the line. So 2:33 to go, and an offside call will bring us a face-off right outside the Kraken zone. LeBlanc on the draw. She picks it up. LeBlanc working in. Her shot off the pad. The rebound sits there, and that one's covered up by Arbo. Haley LeBlanc, the member of the Atlantic Challenge Cup team for Hockey Nova Scotia this past fall. Now Sydney Mills will work in for the draw. She will get swapped out. Little will come in to win that draw back. But now into Flames possession as Polchis works up her shot off the glove, bobbled in front, and now the backhander from Polchis sitting there. She gets another whack at it. Chesson looks to try and cover up, and it's wide of the net. Now back into the corner. Feltme at the point. There's a stick down. That would be Chesson as she grabs it. Now a bouncing puck goes in the backhander, and they score. Rachel Folks leads the flyby, and the Flames skipper has them up 1-0 here at the Q-Plex. Now a penalty coming to the Kraken off that draw. Arbo makes her way to the net for the extra attacker as Dag works a shot in. That one's tipped in front. The rebound put to the side, and Chesson able to cover that one up as well as it goes off her pad into the corner. Miles Somerville off the box. The trip is the call, so 2 or less for Somerville with 1:31 to go here in the first period. This one sent down the ice. Dag will go back and set up here on the power play. Dag working down on the backhand. She drives one in. Audrey Dag sets up on the half wall. Tries to send one cross ice. Nobody home. And now working back once more is Dag to get that loose puck. She stops up. Evades the pressure of Haley LeBlanc. Now working up is Doolin. Doolin first on it in the corner. Now Doolin rips one. That one's over the net. Lawrence will try to reach it. Dag keeps it in. Cosman Given a battle down there in the corner. Boutlier comes in to help her out, and this one's sent down the ice. Arbo will come out to play it, and she leaves it there for Audrey Dagg. Half a minute left in this power play as a long pass down the ice will do it. So, through 20 minutes, the Western Flames lead the Fundy Kraken 1-0 here at the Q-Plex. We thank you for tuning in to High Button Sports here on this Sunday morning. We'll be back with your second period of action right after this. But first, we'll take a look at the Fundy Kraken upcoming schedule. After today, the Kraken back in action on January 2nd at the Grant Harvey Center in Fredericton for the showcase. And then January 2nd again at 8 p.m. against the Lindsay Surge. And then the 3rd at 2 p.m. against the Greenfoot Caps, also at the Grant Harvey Center. And then the final game of the showcase for the Kraken against the Down East Auto Parts Stars, January 4th at 4 p.m. before they will be off to the Ice Jam as well. Dayton Camo for High Button Sports saying thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in a few moments for the second period. Welcome back inside the Q-Plex in Quispamsis, New Brunswick for the second period of action between the visiting Western Flames and the Fundy Kraken. The Flames lead the Kraken 1-0 through 20 minutes of play, thanks to a goal from the skipper, Rachel Folks. We'll work to center ice, and teams are just about set for the opening face-off. But the Kraken have one too many on the ice as they're still shorthanded for 28 seconds. This opening draw is one back for Boursier. She'll go cross ice for Audrey Dagg. And Dagg works up on the last bit of this power play, tries to make a move, and that one's taken away. Boursier now on the half wall. It gets past her, and she's unable to keep it in. She holds up LeBlanc for a quick second as LeBlanc works her way down, shorthanded in the offensive zone. Somerville out of the box, and teams are back to even strength. Now back to center. Duguay chops at that one as McKinley Doolin puts it into the offensive zone, but quickly worked back the other way. On the half wall, Lauren Little sends one to center ice, picked up by Seta Duguay. Now Gilliland works it up. It's jammed off near the penalty box area on the near side and sent back into the Kraken zone. Mallory Johnstone on it first for the Flames. Cook works the shot out from the corner, and now the loose puck is sitting in front of the net. Johnstone works it back down low for Smith. Duguay comes in, tries to clear the danger as Smith is dumped behind the net. Kimball puts one back down low. First to it is Mills, and that pass goes all the way down the ice. They will call this an icing. So 18:15 to go here in the second frame, and we'll get an icing call back down in the Kraken zone to the glove side of Maika Shesa. Face off. Won by the Kraken. Little tried to work that one ahead, but it was taken away, and now Folks will redirect this pass up into the glass. Feltmate can't keep it in. Gauvin goes cross ice. Polchis takes a shot, and that one's up into the corner. Chesson puts that pass, or that shot right back into the corner, rather, and now Gauvin from the point will wind up and fire. That one is wide. Now on the near side. Dickey trying to work it out of the zone. Mills is held up as well, and now a big collision. Didn't catch that one on the screen, but a tripping call coming. So Folks in the box. Boulier collects it at the point, goes across. And now that return feed is taken away. LeBlanc tried to get a hold of that one. Now Dickey works in offside, poked away at the last second by Dagler. Lawrence and LeBlanc working in on the draw. One ahead by Lawrence into Kraken possession. Boulier will play one up the wall. Now Duguay at the point. Boulier down low. Shot goes in, and that's blocked in front. One of the best chances this game has seen so far for the Kraken. Chesson, long pass up to LeBlanc. Not as long as a pass as I expected, but onto the tape of LeBlanc nevertheless. Bex misses the pass back to the point, so it goes all the way back for Cosman. Duguay on the far side. She tries to make a move, and that one almost held up by Cook. As the Kraken, with just over 30 seconds left on this power play. LeBlanc trying to get the puck into the zone and set up. She goes back to the point to Cosman. Cosman gives her the return feed. Now LeBlanc trying to work down in the corner, but this one's taken away. Kate Cook will work it into the offensive zone, and Cosman gives her a little whack. Duguay trying to flip one to center. Finds the stick of Dickey. She's worked off the puck. Both teams back to even strength as the Flames captain gets back onto the ice. Galilin, she's ridden into the boards, and Gauvin doesn't like that. Loses her stick, trying to give her a cross check. Now Ricketson played one up the center. Gauvin gets that shot off the skate of Duguay, though. And now Feltmate can't control at the point. This one skips by her. Back for Gauvin. That one chipped away as well. Ricketson trying to get to it first, but Feltmate chips it down the ice. Now working away, breakaway. And the referee's arm goes up. No penalty shot, just a penalty. What a perfect opportunity. Susan Noseworthy was in all alone. Gauvin closes the door on the penalty box, shaking her head. Not in agreement with the penalty call, but you never are you? Boulier. Her shot goes in. It's turned aside. They score! We'll see who got the final touch. It looks to be Boulier. And the Kraken have tied this game at 1 early in the second frame. So back to center we go. Johnstone and Galilin on the draw. This one's one back. And now Bex. She's got room going ahead. She tries to send one on to Arbo, and she turns that one into the corner. Now back to the point. Duguay trying to lift a backhander back down deep. Boursier will send one around the net. Now back to the point. This one skips past Cosman. Now working in LeBlanc. Penalty coming to the Flames. This one sent back around. Kimball will knock at that, and this one's sent to the wall. So Daigle heading off for the body contact penalty. And the Kraken will head back to the power play. After just tying the game, the goal scorer, Ella Boulier, back out there at the point with the skipper, Heidi Becks. That face-off gonna have to be redone. The assistant coach down on the bench showing Haley LeBlanc how to set up and win that draw back. This one's won back to Boulier. Now Becks, her shot blocked in front. She's got to go back to center. Becks trying to escape the pressure from Folks. And now Becks worked off the puck. That one sent back down in by Folks. Boulier will have to come try and free the Kraken from danger. But the Flames doing a good job of maintaining pressure. Little flips one out. Boulier now. A cross ice pass for Dickey. She drops it back. Now the loose puck taken away by Cook in front, a save by Chesson, point blank. .12 to go here in this second frame. 53 seconds left on the penalty to Audrey Daigle. Now LeBlanc comes in and picks up this loose puck. Ricketson tried to poke at that one. It's Johnstone now. She can't get control of that. A long shot from the point from Feltmate goes wide. And now into the corner. Played up the wall. Out of the reach of LeBlanc. Now Duguay, she's working it up the near side. You hear the screams from the Flames bench after Duguay was pinned off on the wall. Now Dag trying to work in offensively. She's got the loose puck. Chesson was out of her net. She makes the save, and this one's picked back up by Somerville. She moves it up the wall. Now back for Duguay. She sends this one around. Kept in by Waterhouse. And around the net. Knocked out by Cosman. Duguay will be brought down and another penalty coming. This time it'll be Smith. Clara Smith shaking her head like she can't believe it. Fundy Kraken will call a timeout here as we go back to center ice. The Kraken with a chance to take the lead here in this one. And a glorious opportunity as Clara Smith sits in the box for 2 or less. So we'll work back down into the offensive zone for the Kraken. The face-off going to be taken by Haley LeBlanc. She'll work in against Rachel Folks, the captain for the Flames. This one's won back by LeBlanc for Little, and now a shot goes in off the post. Mills had that one just an inch or two to the left, and that would have been in the net. Now circling is Little, trying to get the return feed in the bumper area. This one can't be held in at the line by Boutlier, and it's sent down the ice. Giving chase there is Lawrence, but it's put back up the ice, or up the wall rather, for Boutlier. Catherine Dickey, she'll work in. Her shot is blocked in front by Daigle. Slap shot coming in, and the rebound is put wide. LeBlanc can't get control of that one. It's sent down the ice as well, and Chesson out to play one more time. She'll send a long pass up to Haley LeBlanc. She's got room on the near side. LeBlanc as Ricketson backdoor. Beck's shot was blocked. Cosman can't keep it in. And now a breakaway once again for Kate Cook. And this one goes wide. Now this one flipped up into the air, back down for Duguay, and Ricketson trying to get a stick on that to Duguay, and Kate Cook with possession once again. The Flames faithful telling her to eat it and kill some time, and now they're disagreeing with the non-call on that hit to Cook, but nothing much there as Duguay sends it in. We'll get an offensive zone draw. Will the Kraken, with 8:48 to go here in this second frame, a 1-1 score thanks to the latest goal from Ella Boutlier. Face-offs one back. Marshall had that one bobble off her stick. And now sent ahead Cook. It's Lawrence. This one's behind the net. Polchis now, as Marshall comes in to try and free up some space. Marshall pokes it up the wall. And now a wrap try is turned aside at the side of the net. Almost comes off its moorings, and Folks now. And now this one's saved by Chesson. We'll get a face-off to the right of the Kraken goaltender. With 7:42 to go here in this second period. Shot goes back in. Duguay will clear it out of the front of the net. Now a battle down behind the net. Dickey poking it up now. Duguay to Cosman. She sends this one deep. Duguay now up the wall. LeBlanc trying to get in there and help out. And this one's sent off the backside of the linesman, and helping out the Kraken there was the man in black and white. Now back up the wall. Marshall fan on that one. Now it's Bex has to go back across to Boulier, and Chasson has to clear that one out of the front of the net. Now Boulier makes a move. She's going to turn on the Jets and go down the ice. The goal scorer, Ella Boulier, looks cross ice for Mills. Mills drops, the backhander's put on, and that one's cleared from the side of the net. Marshall now back at the point. Shots blocked by Johnstone. Now Marshall. Her pass intended for Mills. We'll get there, and Mills trying to work low and find an option. Nobody home. She sends it onto the stick of Lawrence, and Lawrence will work out to center. Eason trying to work it forward. This one's caught up in some skates. Work back down for Ella Kosman. She'll pick it up down low to Haley LeBlanc. LeBlanc ahead, and this one's turned aside. Back the other way now. Eason will play it down in the corner. Chasson out to play it. She'll go up the wall. And this one will go the length of the ice. We'll get an icing. 4:55 to go here in the second frame. 1-1. Like I said, Ella Boulier, the latest goal scorer in this one, on the power play, sitting right on the back door. She knocked it home and evened this one up. And now the Flames will try and break out with Dickey in there, intercepting that pass, putting it right back down into the offensive zone. Now sent to the line. And worked back by the Flames. A pad saved by Chesson. Will leave it there for Marshall, and she'll spin, give it back for Boutlier. A high floater will just exit the line, and the hand pass will be called. So we'll get a face-off right outside the Flames zone. They'll move back to the Flames blue line. Taking this draw is Taylor Train, not Susan Noseworthy. Taylor Train, affiliate of the Fundy Kraken. Thanks to the Kraken faithful in the house today, letting me know. Now Train working it in. Her shot goes wide of the net. She had two of the better opportunities this afternoon for the Kraken. This one sent down the ice, and Kosman will have to go chase after that. Will it go for the icing? It will. 3:47 left to go here in the second. Sydney Mills and Rachel Folks on the draw. This one gets back out to center. Boutlier there to stop it up, and she'll hit the red and send it right back in. This one held up by the stick of Feltmate and sent ahead by Summers. Marshall now. Back to Boutlier, and she'll go up to Maëlle Somerville, but that one is spun back. And Somerville makes another move and sends one up the wall. Boutlier pinches that one off. Now Smith has a chance in. Turned aside by Chesson with the paddle. Now Chesson plays it up the wall. Somerville trying to find a streaking Ricketson, but that one taken away. Kimball drives a shot through that one off a shin pad back into the corner. Now a long pass out to the point, gets back to the stick of Kimball. And she'll backhand one down to Smith. Smith in front, that one couldn't find a recipient. So back to Kimball and back down into the corner. Lawrence now trying to work free. Now back to the point. Kimball turned aside. Now Mills will race after it. It's kept on side for just a moment, but worked back out now into the Flame zone. Kimball. She'll start the breakout here up to Eason. Picked up by McKinley Doolin. Worked ahead. Doolin makes a move to the middle, drops, and that one's taken away. Dickey. Now the Kraken away with numbers 3. Dickey's going to keep control, and she's stripped along the near side. Away go the Flames now. Doolin back, working down on Cosman. Cosman's going to angle her off to the corner. And sending her into the boards was Ella Cosman. Now out front, Daigle with the slap shot. That one turned aside, and Maika Chesson will hold on for the face-off. A one-time shot from Audrey Daigle coming in from about the top of the circles. And once again, Maika Chesson tall to the task. Worked around the defensive zone as we get back down to the final 60 in the second. This one's worked ahead by Folks. Her shot off the blocker of Chesson. Now Daigle working in. She rips one up over the net. Now back down low for Polchis. Polchis sends one cross ice. It gets to Daigle back at the half wall. 30 to go. Back to the point, Johnstone. And now the Flames faithful, not too happy about that one. Audrey Daigle going to be taking an interference call. And back down to the Flame zone we go with 27 seconds left in the second period. Mallory Johnstone, Haley LeBlanc on the draw. Johnstone wins this one back, but it's sent up the wall. Boutlier's there. She's going to keep that one in momentarily. Johnstone trying to work in shorthanded, taken away, and now this one gets back to Boutlier with 10 to go. Cook comes in, sends it out of danger. Boutlier will walk back offside. And that'll do it here for the second period of play. Through 40 minutes at the Q-Plex, we're all tied up. Ella Boutlier picking up a power play goal for the Kraken at the 14-minute mark. And that has us all tied up through 2 here in Quispamsis. Welcome back to the Q-Plex for the third period of action between the Western Flames and the Fundy Kraken. Goal scorers in this one, Rachel Folks back in the first period, and then Ella Bootlier on the power play for the Kraken, tying things up at the 14-minute mark of the second. And we're underway here as the face-off is tied up at center, and Cook will work this one to the far side. This one still being eaten up over there by the Flames, wasting a good 20 seconds or more off of this power play. Now Cook down in the corner looking to do the same thing. Johnstone take a couple of sticks up high. Now the face-off coming back outside the Flame zone. Duguay on the back end. She'll rip one, and that's blockered aside by Arbo. Duguay gets the puck at the point. She goes back to Cosman. Cosman sends a shot through. That's off the pad. Kept in by Duguay, but then sent back down the ice by Boursier. Now up for Ricketson. Ricketson can't get a clean hold of that one, and Duguay will come back to set up. She's going to turn on the Jets and make her way up through center. Ricketson passes it back to Duguay. Her shot is blocked. Somerville's on it in the corner. This one gets back to Boulier. Down to Lill. Now Boulier sends one deep into the zone. Waterhouse is there to pick it up and rim it around the wall. It's out of the reach of McKinley Doolin, and that one's down the ice. Back for Bella Marshall. Somerville picks this one up, goes back around and drops it down low, picked up by Little at center ice and worked ahead. Lauren Little works this one in, puts it around the wall. Somerville giving chase to Kimball. As Cosman works out, she has to backpedal, and now McKinley Doolin working in. She's going to cut to the middle, and that one's taken away by Boulier. The slap shot from Kimball goes in over the blocker of Chesson, wide of the net. This one lifted high up the wall by Boulier. Whacked at by Somerville, and now Lauren Little will give chase. It's out to center. Wilcox evades a hit. Taylor Train on it. She's giving pressure down there for the Kraken, excuse me. Now Cosman trying to go back down low for Wilcox. Now picked up by Train down low once more. It's Dickey. In the corner. Catherine Dickey's pinched off the puck. Pass to center. Gets to Cook, and Duguay will take it away. Now Smith. Backhands one deep. Chesson will leave it for Duguay. Duguay backhands one up the wall to Heidi Becks. But this one's taken away. Summers comes in to help, but this one's sent back up the wall, and a collision at center. And Duguay will send one down the ice. Feltmate cuts off that pass. And now a risky pass by Chesson up the middle, but that one cleared out of danger. Mills picks it up, and she's going to cut to the middle. Sends one to the slot, and that one's turned aside. Back into the corner. Garnett now on it. Poked back. This one's on the stick of Feltmate now. She gets a little hook up into the hands from Garnett, but nothing too much to come from that one. Bootlier now picks it up. She'll get on her horse, hit the red line, and she's got some speed, still going. Bootlier working in front. The rebound just put wide by LeBlanc. Now back down low. Doolin trying to get possession. Boursier plays it around to Waterhouse. Now Lawrence works it up through the middle, and that one's into the bench. So a face-off will come right outside the Kraken zone. Duguay goes up the wall a little now. And Dag working back behind the net. Dag goes across into the other corner. Picked up by Mally Kimball. Now Kate Cook working in once again, trying to make a move on Marshall, and that one's no good as Duguay sends it to the wall. Flames will have to touch up, giving the Kraken an extra couple seconds here to regroup as Duguay goes cross ice into center. That one intended for Isabella Wilcox. She'll go deep into the zone. It's around Little and up the wall. Johnstone now slapped in by Dagla. A deep slap shot into the corner dump. Now a battle on the far side. Picked up, sent to the line, and this one will escape the zone. Boursier will have to play that back up the wall. She's going to look ahead for Summers. But that one taken away. Now Feltmate back down in the zone. It's Chasson who comes back out to leave it for Boutlier. This one goes around the wall. Bex has got to beat Boursier there, but she can't. And now back up to the point for Claire Boursier. Her shot goes through past the blocker. And that one could have been the dagger. We're sitting at 1-1. The next one might just be the decisive one. Boutlier makes a move. Polchi's tried to poke it off of her stick. And now the loose puck picked up by Lawrence to the middle. That one's turned aside, and now LeBlanc is on it. Back down deep. Up to Bex. Bex trying to play one out of the zone. It can't get out. Now Lawrence working it back down the near side. Here comes Eason across to Dagla. Shot and a save from Chesson. Have to make sure that neck protector is still okay. That's about the same shot she took yesterday, saving it with the mask. But that was what forced the affiliate goaltender to come in. But Chasson looks no worse for wear in the helmet in one piece. Duguay back to the point. She plays this one into traffic, and Waterhouse will play it back down the wall. Now Doolin trying to find some space and play it back to the point. This one's out of the reach of Waterhouse, and she'll go back into the corner. Dag will pick it up and drop it back for Waterhouse. And try and find an option. Goes through the legs of McKinley Doolin and down the ice, but Lawrence is there to beat out the icing. She's first or second to it after Bella Marshall. Marshall took the long way around but beat her to the buck. Now through center, Train try to poke that one off the stick of McKinley Doolin. Now Duguay picks it up on the half wall, tries to send it ahead, and this one also can't escape the zone. Now Smith back door for Cook, and that one's taken away. The stick of Chesson getting in there. A couple of bodies spilled in the corner. Back to the point. Gimbel, her shot goes through. It's taken into the corner off the blocker, and now another pad save from Chesson. Duguay will lift a high riser, a high stick from Gimbel, really helping out the Kraken on that one. And if she would have just let it go, it would have been an icing call. But now the face-off coming in the Flame zone. What a chance for the Kraken. Sometimes the awareness is the most important thing out there. Mallory Kimball just not aware of the situation right there. Now Bex drops it. It's picked up by Polchis, and she works in. Her shot gloved on by Chesson. She'll hold on. Didn't hear a whistle. Must have been a quick one. Now up the wall, Polchis poked ahead for Daggle. She was steaming ahead for it. She wanted that one on her stick. Now Polchis into the slot, taken away. It's worked back out to center ice. Feltmate goes cross ice, dumped in by Folks. Now a quick up from Boutlier off the stick of Little, and that's dumped into the zone. Ricketson giving chase down low for the Kraken. It's Galilin now. Now up through center, out of the reach of Lawrence. Now Duguay trying to find an option. She's on the wrong side of the red line, but that's okay because that one's on net. Now Train in the corner trying to give some pressure on the Flames defense, making them make a play. As Doolin pokes that one, can't get out of the zone. She'll flip one cross ice to Eason. Duguay around the net. A backhander up the wall, gets to the point to Waterhouse, and Waterhouse sends it back down around. Chesson slows it up for Marshall. Marshall goes through the neutral zone. Not enough for icing on that one as Waterhouse picks it up. 8:30 to go here in this final frame. Still a tie game. Train goes up through center. This one's going to have enough on it to go for the icing though, and it will. So face off down to the right of Micah, or the left of Micah Chesson. One back into the corner, into the possession of Kate Cook. Smith now out front. That pass missed the stick of Mallory Johnstone, and now the Kraken work away 2-on-2. Somerville, she's poked off into the boards. Now Johnstone was stepped into by Ella Cosman. Now ahead goes Folks. That one is saved by Chesson. The rebound put over the net. That was the best chance yet for the Flames to put this one away, or to at least take the lead. But Chesson with 2 point-blank opportunities, and she makes the best of them by keeping them out of the net. Now up the wall. Picked off by Duguay. Her shot goes by a leg and into the corner. Little. She's pinned there by Summers. Garnett works it into the corner. Audrey Dagg goes up the wall. Taken away by Duguay, and now work to center by Summers. In the corner, it's a battle that comes loose for Marshall. Marshall back to Mills, and she'll play it around the wall. Garnett's gonna be first to it. She's got to beat Feltmate to it, which she does. But Feltmate able to hold the line. This one gets knocked the length of the ice. It'll be called an ice. So with some tired bodies, the Kraken will have to leave some of the same skaters on the ice. Sarah Dugay's been out there for a while, and she's back out there now with Bella Marshall at the point. Ricketson had the puck taken away by Dooland. But now working away was Galilin. If she would have kept skating, she would have had a lane to the net. Now that one's offside. 5:42 to go here in this final frame. Johnstone plays it forward. 5:30 to go here in this third period. Waterhouse will pick up the puck at the point and send it deep into the corner for Smith. Now out front, Boutlier will pick up this puck. And now there's 3 away for the Kraken. Boutlier, her shot goes off a stick. Beck's giving pressure. Dagg has it in her gear. It's caught in her pants, and she digs it free, gives it to the referee, and we'll get a face-off outside the Flame zone. Duguay backhands this one deep into the Flame zone, and Mally Kimball leaves it there for Boursier. She'll go up the wall. Polchi's unable to get it out. Duguay with a good job pinching in. Wilcox almost had that one skip by her as she was going off for the change at the bench. Duguay goes around to Somerville. Somerville tries to get that one to the zone. She can't. Now it's up to Train. She's knocked off the puck by Polchis, and this one gets back to center for Cosman. That one goes into the bench. Out to play. 4:08 to go. We'll get a face-off here. Dying down to the final minutes of this third frame. Will someone be able to break the deadlock, or will we get extra hockey and possibly even a shootout? Now Doolin working down the far side. She's going to drive in, try to cut to the net. And Cosman was keeping a good eye on her. This one's worked into the offensive zone, kept on side, and Garnett will drive down. Picked up by Audrey Daigle. She'll work it ahead through center. Daigle at the at the far side, excuse me. She's taken away, and Feltmate gathers the loose puck. Right back for Duguay. Her pass up through center. Taken away. Now Cook. She was stripped and back up the wall towards Somerville. And now Bex has it. She was pinched off along the wall. Boursier picks it up behind the net with Somerville all over her. Johnstone up to Smith. Smith was ridden into the boards. Now Cook trying to find an option. She goes back down low to Smith behind the net. Smith trying to flip one out into the slot area. It's no good, and now a chance away for the Kraken. Working in is Wilcox. She's turned aside. Somerville in the corner now. Back to Train up top. Cosman can't hold the line. She hesitated. And now back across. Cosman up the line. And now back. Audrey Daigle will pick it up for the Flames. She'll turn on the Jets, try to find a lane. Sending one deep. Chesson out to play it. Stops up for Ella Boutlier. Up the wall, and that one's held on by Polchis. Sent to the net. Duguay will grab it, send it up the wall. Bouncing puck kept in at the line. Lawrence has it on her stake. Feltmate sent to the ice by LeBlanc. And now Duguay working out with it. She's going to send it deep and give chase on that. 50 seconds left in this one. Lauren Little behind the net. Gives it to Kimball, and Kimball goes around. Cosman has to go back and retrieve this one. Cosman up through center. That one's taken away by Feltmate. Now worked back up to center. Taken away by Mills, kept on side. Dickey comes in. And now sent back into the Flames zone. Boursier will send a long breakout pass down the ice. And that'll do it. Here for regulation. We'll be right back on High Button Sports with overtime. We're back at the Q-Plex and we're set for 3-on-3 overtime. 5 minutes on the clock. 1-1 the score. Rachel Folks, Ella Boutlier with the goals in this one. And it'll just take one more to end it as Heidi Becks sets up off the draw, goes to Lauren Little, back to Becks. And Becks has a breakaway looking to end it. And that one's wide of the net. Becks picks it back up. Drops for Boutlier. Boutlier trying to make a move, but can't hold the line. Back up the wall to Little. Little trying to race away with it. Can't control it. It's back up to Polchis. Polchis working in on Dickey. That one's glove down, bobbled by the glove of Chesson. She's had trouble with the glove today. But 4:17 remaining in the extra frame, and we'll get a face-off to the right of the Kraken goaltender, Maika Chesson. Face-off won by the Kraken to the wall. It's held on to by Train. Now Lawrence working out with it, poked away by Train as well. Looking for an option. She's dumped in the corner, and Doolin will continue on as Train works out with numbers. Duguay couldn't corral that pass, and now it's back into the Kraken zone. Doolin takes this one away. She's got a chance in front, and now it's back onto the half wall. Doolin looking to set up. Back to Boursier. Boursier down low. Lawrence shot. Turned aside. Now Dickey. Up to Train. Train with a couple of flames all over her. That's Smith working back, pinching her off. Duguay has to be first on the puck. In the corner she is. Behind the net. Worked to the near side. Duguay lets that one roll back, go to the zone, and they'll reset. Pass back across for Becks. She makes a move. It's almost taken away. Now Little has it back at center. Becks picks it back up. She goes back to Boutlier now as Duguay goes on for the change. Now Little working up. Crisscrossing with Becks. A shot goes in front. Becks kicks that one through the legs. Now Little swipes at it. Johnstone plays it up to Audrey Dagg with a chance to end it. And that one's high and wide. Becks. She'll head off for the change as Haley LeBlanc comes out. Dagg goes back for Folks. Dickey played that one up into the zone. Now work back across for Audrey Dagg. Dagg cross ice for Doolin, and that one was backdoor, just rolled off the heel and wide of the net. Now LeBlanc working in 3 wide. That pass is fanned on. And now Doolin's gonna corral it and set up, looking for an option. She flips high up the ice. Polchis can't corral it. Duguay sends one in, and a face-off will come. 1:32 to go in overtime. Face-off to the left of Rylan Arbo. One back into the corner. Lawrence will pick up the puck off the draw. The loose puck was sitting there. Duguay taken down in the corner. Referees content to keep the whistles in the pocket during this overtime period as Lawrence gets the breakout pass. Becks works back defensively, and a great job by the captain to clear that danger. Working it behind the net. Duguay will play it up the wall. Lauren Little's going to pick it up, and she's working down the near side. Little looking to keep possession. She'll lose it there to Polchis. Working up is Lawrence now. Lawrence, her shot was blocked in front. Players looking well gassed out here in this overtime period. Folks plays one in through the slot. Audrey Dagla had that one bounce off her stick. Good thing for the Flames, there was no Kraken in the vicinity. Now cut to center. This pass is taken away in the slot, and then Duguay will clear it out past the blue line with 15 to go. Now Doolin, her shot blockered away. 8 seconds. This is cleared outside the zone, and that'll do it. We'll have a skills competition here on High Button Sports. So we'll be right back on High Button Sports, getting set for the shootout from the Q-Plex. Bria Ricketson will be first up for the Kraken in the shootout. The referees will give the coaches the rundown. Ricketson will head back to the bench. Rachel Folks will head out for the Flames, and they will shoot first in the shootout. Rachel Folks, first up for the Flames. She'll cross the blue line, work in on Chesson, bobbles the puck, and Chesson turns that one aside, no problem. Now working out for the Kraken is Bria Ricketson. Ricketson to the slot, to the backhand, and that one's turned aside by Arbo. And now Audrey Daggle will work out for the Flames to center ice. She picks it up on the forehand. Gets down to the slot, forehand off the post. And we're still scoreless here in the shootout. Lauren Little now, the assistant captain for the Kraken, will work down the near side on the forehand to the slot. And that one's over the net as well. Third shooter for the Kraken, McKinley Doolin. With speed to the backhand, and that one's wide of the net as well. Still scoreless through 3 shooters. Here is Catherine Dickey will take her shot, the third shooter for the Kraken. Dickey works into the slot to the backhand. Toe save by Arbo. Now Claire Polchis. To put the Flames ahead here in the shootout. She'll work into the backhand. What a save by Chesson. And that will bring out Ella Boutlier. She's got the lone goal here in this one today for the Kraken. See if she can find another here in the shootout. Boutlier working down with speed to the forehand off the post. So, still scoreless here in this shootout. 2 posts. And now Riley Feltmate will work her way to center ice for the Flames. Feltmate picks it up at center. She works in. Her shot is wide. Now the 4th shooter for the Kraken will be Sarah Duguay. Duguay, the left-handed shot, will pick it up at center. Works in, and that one goes wide of the net. Now, Annalise Lawrence, the assistant captain, works her way in slowly to the forehand, that's over the net. Now the 5th shooter, Summer Gillillan, works in a couple of moves to the backhand, and that one's wide of the net. Can someone tell these girls that I have a game to do in Truro later tonight? Now Clara Smith working in. Wide she goes, and intended for the 5-hole was that shot. But it was closed off by Micah Chesson. And now Ella Cosman will take her shot for the Kraken. Shooter number 6. She'll work in. Forehand to the backhand, and that one's turned aside by Arbo. Now out comes Kate Cook. Trying to put the Flames ahead and get the first goal of the shootout. Cook working her way in, scores! And the Flames, unsure of the rundown of this shootout, the Kraken still have a chance to tie this thing up, and it's Taylor Train, the affiliate, working into the backhand, and that one's turned aside. And there it is. The Western Flames take it in a shootout, 2-1 over the Fundy Kraken here from the Q-Plex. My name's Dayton Camo, saying thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a happy holidays.